Welcome and welcome back to my channel. In today's video I'm going to show you how I sew a zipper fly on my trousers or shorts. So I'm starting here assuming that you already know how to draft the basic trouser pattern, but if you don't, I will link a video on the screen and also in the description box below. So after drafting your pants pattern, you are going to extend the crotch area on the front by 2 inches. You can use 1.5, but I used 2 inches here, and then I drew a line down. Then on the hip line I came up by 1 inch, which I used to make a curve like so. So all in all, this curve, this crotch part or this fly extension is 9 inches. I'm going ahead to cut now, as you can see. So this extra 2 inches that I cut is going to serve as my fly extension. So next I took the left piece, so the right side is facing up and that is my left hand. I placed on it like that. So turning it to the wrong side, I'm going to reduce that by 1 inch. I sometimes reduce by 1.5, but in this video I reduced by 1 inch. So I'm going to connect a line like so, and then I'll go ahead and cut that part out. Next, I will go iron interfacing on the wrong side of both of these pant pieces. Then I will cut another piece for the shield. This is 3.5 inches wide. I also ironed interfacing on it, and for the length it is 9.5 inches. So I'm going to go now. My zip is also 9 inches long. I'm going to go now, fold this shield into two, right sides together, and I'll sew using 1/2 inch. Then I will trim off the excess and then turn it back to the right side and set that aside. We're going to be needing that later. So next, now I'm going to place these pieces together, right sides together. I will make sure that they align on the side seam, exactly the same. And then I will go now and pin the actual center front, and then I will mark 1/2 inch above the hip line, 1 inch above the hip line, not half, and then I will go sew that crotch part using 1/2 inch like so. I'm just using my pins now so that it doesn't move. Baby, it's whatever, all this ever, but you long gone, it don't matter. Ride or die, that's been the deal. The light of your back, I disappear. But if you don't play that for me, I'm out of it, I'm out of it. I lick my gun and then I'm done. I'm out of it, I'm out of it. After sewing, I'm going to open this up. I'll make sure that where I stop sewing, I open it up completely. Then the remaining part up will just flow naturally. One other important point to note here is that your seam allowances on the inside should face the right side of the pant. That's the part that your fly extension is still complete. So just make sure that this part is this way. They are both facing towards the right. And then I will go on and iron, because that's the part that is going to have that curved stitch later on. So I'm just going to iron it now. Make sure that I crease that side, so using the iron to form a crease on this other side. To tell me you're no good, I'm brushing away to you, the weight of you, of my shoulders. So after ironing it now, we are going to go sew the zip. So this part that is not complete, this part that we took out 1 inch, I'm going to place my zip on it right side. So the right side of my zip will sit on the right side of that part. We're going to go sew it down. my cigarette. And when all the smoke is clear, I'm brushing away to you, the weight to you, the weight to you. Don't need no man.
After sewing, I will turn it inwards like so, and then we'll go back and top stitch very close to the zipper teeth. I had to move the zip out of the way to sew down a little, then take the zip up and continue sewing.
Don't need no man. Back and I'm better. You had to go back.
So this is it for one part of the fly. Next we are going to sew the zip to the other fly piece. I'm going to place it back like so, making sure that it is relaxed, just as you can see. I'll just pin this part here so it doesn't move, and then I will open it up and hold it this way, and then sew the zip on the other fly piece.
Where you came from, now you're bitter. Out of sight, out of mind for real. Yeah, I wouldn't wanna be you for real. But if you don't play that for me, I'm out of it, I'm out of it. I lick my gun and then I'm done. I'm out of it, I'm out.
After sewing, this is what we have. Turning it back to the right side now. This is what it looks like. So next, now we're going to go make that curved stitch at the front. So I'm just going to use chalk to make a mark so that I just follow that up and sew. I'm just marking 2 inches outward. If you had used 1.5 inch when you were adding the extension, then you still use 1.5 inch. I went up by 1 inch and then I made this curve. So this curve is going to guide me, so I sew directly on it like that, all the way down.
To tell me you're no good, I'm brushing away. Do you the weight of you of my shoulder? Done with my cigarette.
Making sure that it is nice and smooth. I didn't quite like the under part, so I unpicked it and went back to do it again. So you may not always get it right the first time, but it is completely okay. Only that some fabrics don't like it when you lose and sew again, but this is fine. So I went on to clean the chalk. I just sprayed water on a piece of fabric to clean off that chalk marking. And then the next step is to cover the fly on the inside. So this fly cover that we have here, I'm going to place it on the other side. Remember that first zipper part that we sew, we're just going to place this and hold it to the seam allowances there. It's not going to be much, but it is doable. So just sew it to the remaining zip allowance on that part in this manner. So the part that is open is joined to the seam allowances of the first um, zipper side that we sewed. So you can actually add this when we're sewing the zip the first time, but it kind of stands in the way of that curved stitch, so I prefer to do it after. Like I said, it's tricky, but it is very doable. I'm using pins to just hold it before sewing so that it doesn't move much.
And when all the smoke is clear, I'm brushing away. Do you the weight? Do you the weight? Do you don't need no.
So look at how small the seam allowance is, but it's enough, just enough to hold that piece of fabric in place, which is all that we need. So after that, the last step is to join these two fly pieces together on the bottom. I just tag them back and forth, and that's basically it. That is the only step left. You can go ahead and continue sewing your pants as you would normally. If you have any questions, please leave them for me in the comment section below. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in my next video.